Is it going? It looks like it's going good. Okay. It's Tuesday. Okay. I need to do several things here. Welcome. Hi guys. Okay. Let's see. I need to do that there. Welcome. Hope this is gonna be fun. It should be. We'll see. How guys doing? Let's see. Let me know if you're here or not. That's good to know. Not that button. Let's click this button. How you guys doing? Okay. Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? We're getting close to the end of the year. Yeah. All right. Well, just got a couple more days. But yep. Oh, you got the chat loading back up. Let's see. Maybe it's working. I don't know. Hope it is. Hi guys. Hello. Oh, I can wave right. I always forget. Okay. It's like it's been like 5 days or something. Oh, hello guys. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Hello everyone. Hi Cookie, thanks for modding. Thank you. I think if I remember that's supposed to be Sasha, I think. I always forget. I'm sorry. Just a cool guy and commenter dragon. Thank you guys. Welcome guys. How you guys doing? Alright. Let's see. I think we could probably just get going on this. So we have enough time to make sure. Because I want to see like how far I can get in like an hour. And then judge it based on that. So I can figure out like how much I can get done. And then see what probably gauge it based on, well, if I get like, you know, there's only like 5-ish, 6 seconds in here. So if I get like 1 second done, then I can figure out and say like, oh yeah, I'll probably need to do how much off-screen stuff I need to do. I'll go over it. So off-screen stuff that I did was make up the background. I did a line art version of the background, so I'll probably just make the background just all offline. Because I think for the background, it's not terribly interesting. As well, it'll probably just take it'll probably take like a lot of the stream time itself to really make it look good. So I'd rather just do it on my own time to make sure that the background looks good. And I think the background itself will probably just look it'll have more details like this. So don't you worry about that. If I get rid of that. So yeah, here's the storyboard overlaid on top of the background. So don't you worry if I'm missing anything. I'm just making the basic line art. So change some proportions of stuff to make it more wacky and more pony life style, I suppose. But to really make it pony life style is to how I'm gonna color it. If you remember the other background, like the Halloween one and the DoorDash one, it was the outline was like shifted over from the color line. It's really confusing to explain it. Hi bird. The lines were offset from the colors, so I'll probably do that the same way too with this. So it's gonna be just really tricky to figure that out. So I got layers and everything, so that should be all good. Let's see. There's my layers. I was wondering where they went. Let's see. Evening. Howdy. How you doing, Joe? Let's see. And Bird, how you guys doing? Hey, everyone here. So let's get going on this. I think we're good. I can play the storyboard and then make sure that all works for you. That all sits with you all right. And then we'll see where that goes. So let me get some water. I think my throat's a little bit weird. Star is unavailable today. Cookie's gonna take over as the moderator. So yeah, the story is pretty simple to some standard. The story is that Derpy is an elf on a shelf, and then she is going to be like a spy almost to like monitor the children, and then she's gotta like Toy Story wake up and then say like, whoa, let me just make sure I get back to Santa's place inside of this portal, inside of this stocking. But of course, being Derpy, she kind of just falls off the mantle and then makes a big boosh. And then that wakes up Dinky, who then comes in and says, "What's going on?" And then sees Derpy off screen. And then she uses her magic to kind of levitate the bag into place and Derpy the toy now, and then put it back on the mantle, and then Dinky walks off. And then once she's gone, then the toy version kind of Derpy kind of just falls over, so that can get it back into the original position in frame 1. So that's about it. So we're gonna animate that, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, all the background stuff, I'm worried about that, like the snow and the hill and the fire will probably be, I'll probably just working on my own. We'll just see what happens, but alrighty, let's get going on this. I guess I'll probably just need to get Derpy's in a good position, and she's pretty much set up for frame 1, but Dinky is not. So we'll have to move her into position. Let's see. So I added a whole backdrop so I can see, for you guys to also kind of see, maybe, I know it's probably pretty small, but it says Dinky box and then Muffin box. They're just backdrops, so I can like kind of move them around if I want to. But it's just organization to make sure that, because there's, you know, there could be a lot of different nodes here that could be displayed, so it's easier to have a cute little box that I can go, okay, here's the color-coded Dinky box I can now use here. Let's see. How you guys doing? Good night. Whoever was that. Thank you. So I can move her over. She's off screen for the moment here, but I probably want to figure out like what kind of scale she'll probably be. She'll probably be pretty large. Large and in charge. Probably be pretty good. So unfortunately, yeah, if I do this chronologically, then Dinky won't be part of it, so she'll just have to walk away for now. She'll be off screen for the majority of it until I get Derpy's animation linearly good. So I'm going to use my Dinky flip to add a keyframe of it being its opposite way. That's not what I expected, but that'll work. Because she does need to spin, so that's not good. Let's figure that out. I added all these extra bits literally today, so I'm gonna figure out what's going on. I think the pivot point is there, so let's put the pivot point on her, and then go here and flip it. Yep, okay, that works. I figured it out. That's better than wasting time, I guess. Okay. So I want to get Derpy going. Okay, so for the first frame, I'm gonna take the head and then knock it over. So it's just gonna be like a toy that kind of just doesn't have much weight to her. Like her head is so heavy that she kind of fell over. And then we can do stuff like that. There we go. That'll be probably our first frame. And then being a toy should be easy to animate, because that's pretty much like in 2D and 3D, I guess. It's easy to animate toys. So, okay, let's see. Let's just figure out where the first keyframe is. It's around here, where she blinks. I was even thinking of like doing a complete Toy Story thing where she blinks offset. Like this. I keep getting, I guess it's, I don't know which version I'm on. Yeah, we crashed. That's quick. Okay, hang on. Excuse me. What? Oh no. Yeah. You appreciate that, yeah. Toy Story came out in the first year. It's as old as me, so I feel like I gotta live up to that. I'm going to open Toon again, I just haven't set a card for when software crashes. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. I think we're good. Welcome back. That was fun. I know why that happens, and I've seen that crash happen before, so that's why I'm not, like, totally freaking out. And we got back here really quick, so nothing lost, I don't think. Dinky's in the right place. Derpy's in the right place. Moved her eyes over, so yeah, we're in the right place. It's saved. Everything's good. But I mean, like, a software crash would be fun. Kind of a screen, yeah. Okay. It happened because, not as bad as Flash. Flash crashes when you, like, erase a line, especially, like, really old versions. It was notorious and almost famous for, like, crashing. But Toon doesn't quite have that stigma about it. That it's kind of like, it's more like, what? It crashed? Rather than, oh, it crashed again, kind of a thing. So, yeah, it is weird. It's because I've had this before where it's just not able to, I try to locate it in the timeline. I'm trying to find where it is based on, like, just how many layers there are, because there's a billion layers here. And so just trying to find it and search for it, it was like, how about I just don't render it, and then it had like an infinite loop of not figuring out where it is, and so it just crashed. So we're gonna try again. Yay, I found it. Okay. I need to get into one of these. Okay, so now I can go back in here. Maybe I'd like to add more time, actually. I can add more time to everything. So it doesn't happen like 5 seconds in. Less than that. It's less than a second in. Maybe we can like have it be a second in instead. So I'm gonna take everything here. Let's just add time. So I'm going to kind of select all these and see where this one is, and then just get it up to 20 or so. Yeah, so that works. That works a little better if I can slow it down. Boop. At the timeline super zoomed out so I can see everything. Okay. I know most of this is just gonna be figuring out like, why is this happening? Not much animating. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually animate now. But okay. These keyframes are not what I'm thinking it is. Oh, it's because Dinky still has keyframes of herself. She's going through all the motions. Probably want to do that first. Maybe we can talk about Dinky. Let's see. So, what I would like to do is, I do need to make her, I don't have a, what's it called? Magic aura. I don't have that as an asset, which we'll need for her to, magic and levitate Derpy up in the bag. So I'm gonna have to animate that, so probably have to do that offline, because I think that'd be easier than trying to do this as well. Probably just make assets offline and probably easier than just focus on animation here. Yeah. Let's see. So I'm just clearing her up so that there's no extra parts here. So she doesn't like animate during her cycle. And again, this is either a feature or a bug where Toon likes to, when making templates, it's basically putting the, it's not exactly, you can put all your assets into like a library that then you can pick a book out of a library and then paste it into a different file. So it's not quite how like cloud computing or whatever, where you can put it into like Google Stadia and that can like, you know, keep all your stuff going. It's more just kind of putting it into a special directory that can, you can bring up later. I think I probably should make this color, not this color. Probably just want to make it this and then just make it a little bit lighter. There you go. Okay. That's what we needed. That's cuter. Okay. And she shouldn't move until pop. Cool. Okay. Got that going. But yeah, with the library stuff, it was like the multiple pictures you have, like the mouths. That's why I keep referring to the mouths, because the mouths is easier to explain. Is the mouths have all these different mouth shapes. But if you only put one frame exposed, like if I only have like this one exposed on the timeline, then if I put it into a template, only this frame will be available. So I have to, in a sense, expose like every single body part that can have different variations, like do drawing substitution. So that gets annoying, because then every time I plug her in into a new scene, I have to undo all of that to make her actually animate happy. So let's see. It's probably all of this. No. Probably got it, or I don't. Let's see. Yep, she should be exposed in drawing frames for the whole time. Yeah, she shouldn't disappear. There! Yay! Okay. Cool. Okay. She's ready. Derpy's ready. Let's go. Okay. Now we gotta get back to where we were. Where I wanted to do this. Let's see. Watch procrastinatingly? Yes. Matter of fact, I found a Japanese recording of it. And it's really cool. Actually, if you go to my channel, I think in playlists, you're able to find all my liked playlists, and so I like the playlist of the Japanese recording of it. Wouldn't call it a dub, because it's just a different language version of it, because they're not like talking over anything. So it's the Japanese version of it. And I thought that was really cool. So I started listening to that. It's like really cool. And as I started learning Japanese more and like different words, it's like, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, it's definitely got all the proper names. Is really fun. The names of the cats. Ooh, that was scary. The names of the cats are English. So it'll say Mr. Mustaphalis in Neko des and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay. Not knowing too much Japanese is like, that's kind of fun to like listen to. And it's like, I know like every fourth word just because I know the names of the cats. So here we go. She should be womping. Womp. Womp. There we go. Do we want cheeks up? Because otherwise it could be down like that. Yeah, cheeks up. Let's do that. That means I have to animate that. Let's go to storyboard and see if I can figure out if there's a way to, like from here, can I? No. Storyboard V1, what is this? I want to change the opacity of it. I think that's a button. Advanced, opacity 50, 20. Honestly, just needs it at like 30. 30 is good. Okay. Just so I can see it and you guys can also sort of see it as too. Let's see. It's time for you to forget about how I'll keep being interested in it. I don't know. Ow. Okay. My brain. Okay. Good. Maybe just gotta clean this up to make sure that the cheeks don't... I don't know why it's yellow. I don't want it to be yellow. Now it's more yellow. I guess this boundary box is purple. Let's see. I don't know. I like musicals. I think they're really fun. I guess because I had that junior high class where we went to a musical a lot. Pretty much not every time, it wasn't like all of those that we went to were musicals, but majority of them were. So, or at least, you know, musical in some nature. So, most of them are plays. So maybe I can say just that. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. Hey Benson. Is that right? I think it's right. All right, cool. Boop, boop. All right. And now I'm gonna get the eyeballs, and then see whereabouts I can take this. And just kind of, nope. Shimmy these up. There we go. Boop, boop. If I get rid of the storyboard comp so you can see it. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let's just say I meant to do that as a, you know, while your eyes are slightly off, because that's more fun. All right. Okay. Are we good? In a sense, I could just move this up. And that should stay. Yay. Okay. Cool. I think it's slightly derped. Perfect. I'm happy with that. And we got about a second in. Ha ha ha! Let me go to muffins. Let me go to head. Let me go to here. That's why I love all the... A lot of my influence on a lot of my videos are sort of musical based, but not super really. I think it's just more, it's either just Disney or Pixar. A lot of it is just basic cartoons like SpongeBob. There's a lot of my influence. Or just Charlie Chaplin to get like the silent movie style, you know. Make sure that all look good, because these are pretty much silent movies. We like to not have that look like that, so let's go back. Move a couple of these. Do. There you go. So you get the physical comedy and all the gesticulation and stuff that I like to get those going. Let's pass part to it. I've learned what pass part 2 means. It's when you can't see the outside of your camera range. So I like that button. Let's see. Now you learned something, hopefully. If anything, let's see. I like how you use animation. I like how your animation uses music to convey what's going on the scene. I think that makes your videos really unique. Thank you. Yeah. There's a lot of times either there's so much dialogue with regular cartoons that, like with the internet cartoons, that they kind of just have like a stock or sort of music that's kind of like somewhat goes with what's going on, more just in Deem or Deem is in what's, you know, going on, to happy, sad, feeling motions sort of music, rather than actually catering and scoring, I suppose, the animation with music. Yeah, so I really worked hard to make that work. So I'm glad you noticed. Appreciate that I like to score music is more fun. I kind of go back and forth because honestly it's sort of draining and actually really hard to sync it up properly. I think that's why people don't really use it too often, is that it does take a bit, or at least a lot of time, to properly sync it up. Woo. The way that I set it up with the movie is that I pretty much just have my Premiere exported video of it, and then I have a Muse score, M-U-S-E score software that can, it's pretty much able to make MIDI songs with different instruments, with MIDI MIDI instruments, and so I'm able to use staffs and a lot of classical music style. You get the barred staffs, and then you can put notes wherever you want, and then you can listen to it. So I use that to score the cartoon. But the problem is that I don't really make it. It's not super easy to like, because you want it to, you know, play them at the same time where you want the video and the audio to like be synced up. So I just kind of got into finding the rhythm and figuring out how to just kind of find a place where I think they both kind of start, and then just kind of play one, and then have a kind of have one start a second earlier, and then wait for it, go to the other program, and then hit play, and then just hope that it kind of syncs when you just review it to make sure that you're in the same measure, you know, and then do any corrections based on that. So it's actually really hard to do that. So I see why people probably don't really like to fully score a whole cartoon. Just because of the way that I set it up, or I don't really know a better method at this point to really sync them up instead of exporting the music, putting it in time as a block in Premiere, and then hitting play. Because I just want to make sure that am I just actually on the right measure, just be a really quick setup thing. So for that kind of stuff, it's not fun. That I have to make all these, you know, keeping the same BPM for like pretty much every song, so I can mathematically figure it out. Is really hard. There we go. So whoop. So that's there, ready to go. Okay, so we got her wake up, and then she looks at us, and then let's see what the rest of this is. Okay, and then let's see. Let's start your comments. Let's see what they say. They're like MIDI versions of songs. I love MIDI. It's either nostalgic or it just sounds nice. Well, I guess we also talked about how Toontown uses MIDI in a lot of 90s video games would use MIDI. Let's see. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that person. What do I want to do? Excuse me, I would like to then get her into the position where she... let's go back to the storyboard. Actually, can I get it just back up so I can see it? That'd be cool too. A little brighter. Okay. Let's go here, and then I can see it in solo mode to get it perfect with what I want. Okay. Boop. Boop. Okay, so the next thing is that she will go slightly kind of like look back and forth maybe here, and then grab the bag, which I don't actually have a bag, so probably want to make that next. Or at least make something of it. Okay, let's just make the bag so it'll be easier, because the next part is going to be her inside the bag, so let's do that. I'll probably clean this up a lot more so it doesn't look too almost kind of flashy in a sense. Let's grab these boxes. Can I do that? Okay. Because if I like another, supposed to be bag DP. Where did it go? There it is. Didn't see it. Pop. Okay, so I can add another box. Didn't think I would need another box, but here we are. If I can grab this bit, there we go. So this will be overlay stuff. I've done this in another project, so I'm just gonna be consistent with what I got here. I could do another comp if I really want it. No harm with that. Hopefully. Okay, just adds more to the timeline. Okay. Let's make this a different color. What color should it be? Let's make it orange. Ooh, that's bright. Blue. Blue's good. Okay. Because it kind of fits with the background stuff. Okay. So the boxes themselves don't really do anything. They're literally just for aesthetic, so you can organize it a little bit simpler. So just by calling it or programming it in a way that this overlay does not code it into meaning something. It's literally just a backdrop that is just for me to say, oh look, here's the overlay box, here's what's in it, rather than I'm actually coding anything. So hope to clear that up a little bit. So as we overlay comp. Okay. This overlay comp doesn't do anything either, except that I can, if there's a million things going into it, then I can hide it and then show it. So stuff like that. Bag or stocking. Yeah, the whole thing was that we wanted it, password 2, turn it into an oversized stocking is basically the premise of this. So we'll have to make that. Let's design that for you guys. We can even figure out the color and everything if we want. Because my thing was basically just a square. So let's actually design it. Let's see. I have all these colors. Actually, I don't know what I've already used, so this will be fun. Let's see what this one does. That's this one. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I use this one. No, I probably just want to make a new layer. Yeah, let's just get this one. Just to make sure I'm not using anything else. Okay, cool. What do we think? Is it a bag or a stocking? It's probably going to be a stocking for Christmas sake, but it could be any kind of style that we want. So we could probably just start with something. Ooh, I'm thinking of using a fancy brush. I use my other project. Go down. Yeah, let's use my Midnight Mare brush. Let's go back to solid brush. Okay. Yeah, that's more solid. Okay. What do we think? This will be creative time for you guys to help me. So obviously I could just make a bag. Problem is that their legs are basically like marshmallow shaped, so it doesn't really, you know, it's not too interesting. Basically like that. Maybe if we want any extra design on it? I don't know. That'd be interesting to see what you guys want to come up with. Let's see. Red and white, or one with a color scheme of a pony with cutie mark incorporated. Okay. Provide a sketch again and throw over the side of it works. Cutie mark. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Does anyone remember this show? If they had any kind of stocking in the background, if they had cutie marks on them, because that's a good idea. Or any of the show actually did that or not. And like one of the probably like season 8 or 9 Christmas specials. So we could do that. I think problem is that Dinky doesn't have a cutie mark, so that doesn't help. Dinky, who's cutie mark? So I can just see. No, just redirects to Derpy. Dinky do. Dinky do. Okay. Yeah, she's a blank flank, so whoops. Do we just design one then? We could have be the same colors as Dinky if we want. Yeah. Bubbles? Okay. And that should be simple enough to just make some it'd be like a happy face or something. I don't know. Like a whoop 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 whoop. And just be bubbles, and we'll have to make them more good. Let's see. And then it'd be like hang up by a nail. And the nail will probably be in pony lifestyle, probably just be like an outline, and it won't have any color to it. Yeah, we got a pattern here. Maybe we could just play around with all this. Because the whole point is that it's a stocking, so we just have to make sure that the size and the shape of it is right. I would like to, it's one of these. Just kind of stretch it out a little bit. Bring it in here. Got my warp tool. It's really fun. Let's just make it larger. Kind of like this. There we go. Okay. Let's just make it a little bit larger too, lengthwise, heightwise. Like that. Yeah, we can play with it more. I'm not too wee. Like, this is what I'm gonna do, kind of thing. I'll fix it. It's always fix it in post. Get rid. Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, we can see what it look like. Yeah, I could play the Pony Life style. Yeah, I always forget. So I can do the color line thing. All right, let's do that. Let's get it 13. Bop bop. That's too wide. Let's make it thinner. Let's make it like. I went to 20 somehow. 10? Nope. No, that's brush. That's right. That's good. Okay. Dinky's color scheme, top section fuzzy like fur. Okay. I'd probably just make it like a jaggy or something. Okay. That's possible. Ah, dang. Did it on the right. Wrong layer. Let me cut this, put it on the underline layer, go to line art layer, show them all. Pen. That's good. You sent me an idea. Let me check. Boop boop bop boop 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 blop. Boop boop blop boop boop boop. How do we think of this? That's cool. Let's just be okay. Traditional, and then that one. I like how that. Yeah, that works with the shape of the hoof thing. That looks really good. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Thank you. Now let me see if I can actually draw that. Okay. So I'll just get this shape in. If I can. Be a nice test of strength with this to see if I can even do this. Should I say it should be outward? That'll actually help with animation. Because I was going to have it so you can see inside of it with the lip. But actually if you hang it up then it would, yeah, would actually work like that. We just got to run things out. Everything's nice and curvy. It's like Dr. Seuss, you can't have a straight line or a right corner. Everything's bulby, or at least in a weird line shape. There we go. Okay. The stitching, perfect. Okay. Got it. Bop. Bop. And then I'll curve it here. Curve, curve. Okay. And if I get one of these, I could probably just copy and paste it into the different colored version. Once I get this dude. That's a good idea. As I'll say so myself. If it's yellow, it's not connected. There we go. Let's see. This probably should be more straight, maybe. Is that a good shape? I feel like this isn't good. I feel like I might need one more point. I don't know. That's pretty good. I feel like this should be more out. These should be closer. This should be like that. There we go. Got serious time going. Okay. So that's the outline. Let's see. So now we need to add the. I see. Boop. 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 That's that. If it's yellow, it's not connected. Okay. And then let's have it so you can see. That'd be pretty cool, huh? Okay, cool. I'll just get this all in. Okay, and then I have a circle tool, so I can worry about making perfect circles. Boop. Which one's which? Boop. 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 That should work. Let's make it a little bit longer. There we go. Okay. And then we'll just have to, like, she's gonna wrote out a vacuum one that I did, like a birthday video that I had, where like all the characters got sucked into like a vacuum. I'll probably do the same thing where I could just mask it, because her head is gonna be larger. She needs to fit inside of the bag, so her head is larger. So probably have to figure out how to squish her in or mask it. Let's see. Yep, happy hearts warming. There you go. Hello, hi Peter. Hi Darren. It's cold. Well, it's cold here too. I'm in the Pacific side. It gets cold. Okay, and then we wanted the stitches, which, let's see. That's good. And then I can just get rid of that line. Like that. Like that. Get rid of this line. And just one big there. Cool. Okay. That's good. Okay. Let's just make it tiny squish bigger. Put it where I want it. Ugh, excuse me again. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna color it. Let's see. Derpy's doing good. She woke up. Hi guys. There you go. Because I could, if we are gonna go with Muffin's actual colors, then I could probably just use her real colors. You know what I mean? I could just fill it with this. Haha. And then hair. Here, and then key mark is this color. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the red that I made. What would I want to do? Do I need multiple colors? I'm not sure. Cause I could probably just take this and probably need another one for maybe the, can't see it. For the yellow outline. So let's get another one. Get that yellow and then just make it kind of dark, and then just color the outline this color, which sometimes works. So might have to manually figure this out. Yeah. There's a bring to back button, bring to up button. Bring this line up, 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 up. Nope, reverse. Go back, go back. Undo. Bring this line, bring it down. That'll work, maybe. Let's get that to be that color. Some reason, yeah. We'll have to move this bip up here, which will destroy everything. God. See, I just got immediately more complex. Ah, jeez. Maybe I can just add another point and another point, please. No, that made a point. Nope. Let's try. What's the add new point button? I don't know, because that would help. That's unfortunate. Either I keep messing with it, or I can just try to figure it out. I don't know. I'm not sure how to fix this, because it thinks it's one line. Nope, maybe it's two line. Color. Nope. Okay. Ooh, maybe we could add a stroke. That might work. And let me just put this here, and then say, be that color. No. Well, it's because they're not actually separated. I need to actually make them into one object. Flatten. And then I can color it. You got it. Whatever you want, Toon Boom. Yeah, you got it. God. Flash is the same way too, where it's just like, I want to color certain things, and it's just like, whoops, how about we just don't do it the way that you expect it, and you just have to live with it. Ha ha ha. Kind of a thing. So, okay. I'm just gonna copy, move the color line layer, and I'm just gonna remove the outlines. So it'll just be the fills, which here shouldn't take too long. I'm already seeing weird discrepancies. How am I gonna make the background? That's why I'm like, should I do the background on stream? No, because of weird issues like these are happening. Okay. And then just go here, and then we just remove the fills. And then just move the fills. Okay. And if you see here, nothing actually got deleted because they both exist. So don't you worry about that. But now they're on separate layers. So if I select all this and say, hey, I'm sorry, outline, but you have to move. Okay. Wait. Oh yeah, it was working. Okay, sorry. You have to move a bit. Ha ha ha. Okay. Let's make this actually a little bit thinner. That looks good. Okay. Let's make these even thinner. Let's make these a little bigger. For some reason, these are not happy. For some reason, why are you not happy? And then actually these are good. Okay. And then actually I did all our work, but I would like to probably just delete them actually, because I can just go online and then say delete, 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 because that's actually an acceptable style choice with all of these. Let's take these. Okay, there we go. I'm good with that. now I can just, you see why the comp's easy, so I can remove all these bips at the same time, and then we can go, haha, stocking. Yay! Alright. Won't it expand once she goes in? Yes. That'll be once we get there. Maybe so, but maybe it's Christmas magic, and so it won't. We'll see. And then we wanted the other style. Okay. What I can do, what I want to do, if I want to make another one, it'll probably be part of the background, but it might be animatable as well. What I could do is probably just make another one and then say bag, not dinky, I guess just other, just for now, just have something. Pop it in there, give it a good old peg. I need to make this way bigger. Once we got too much stuff in here for the overlay. Coolio. Okay. What's that? Could just stretch. Yeah, probably just stretch a little bit. Not too worried about it being super lot. I'm copy and pasting the separate layers that I had. If it let me. There we go. Okay, so now I can go back into here and then say, what is the original? What does the other one look like? It does not have the bubbles, so that makes that simpler. Color. Meow, meow. Okay, and then we'll just recolor this to be, let's go back here. Get a couple colors here. We could probably just color it to be something similar to this red. Pop. Oop. What happened here? And this one to be something similar to pretty bright green. Boop, 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 doop. There we go. And then we go here to these lines, and then we need two more. So we get the green, we just make it darker, and we get this one, which is the red, and make that one darker. And then we decide where we want outlines to be. So it'd be this one, and all of these. I want to change probably these ones. Looks like you had to be. Actually, that can work too. Probably want it to be that though. Just muttering to myself here. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're at the benchmark basically. But where did it go? It's actually in the same place. Okay, and then let's get storyboard back up. So now I can see bag other can go right about there. Change the rotating point to be there, so I can rotate it to where I want it. Let's go here. Change the rotating point to see where it rotates from. Put it to there. Okay. We're feeling good about that. Okay. That was fun. Okay. Let me get rid of this real quick. Pass part 2. There we go. And we need them to be extended to the end. So let's see here. Bag, this layer. Meow. And then probably this one. I can't see it, but there you go. Okay, so now they're exposed to the end. Yay. Okay, cool. That's what I mean. If I spent a whole, I don't know how long it would take to make the whole background. So you just saw like how long it took to make that prop. Oh golly. Okay. Ever seen the new glue and plastic horseshoes supposed to be better processed? Oh, cool. I haven't heard about that. Some should be nailed in things anyway. Okay, cool guy. Thank you. Hello, Bangabay. Hello. Hi, Joe. It's confusing. That's fine. It's good to be, because this is honestly very complex with the amount of stuff that is going on. Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay. What else? We have like 5 minutes, so let's just probably just review and probably figure out what we want to do next. Is figure out what to do. What can be done is that I can add a. I can either animate it, you know, quote traditionally, or I can have curve deformers. We can see which one. Either we can start animating it regularly, or I just start doing both, maybe. Let's see. So I'm gonna get the bag, tool properties. Give me a curve deformer. So now I can add these special points to certain parts of it, pretty much all around it, like the same kind of points that I had. And then there you go. We like to be easier to solo mode it, but whatever. In this mode. Okay. Problem is that all these bips are in the wrong place. So now I gotta go in and change the angle just to tighten it up so it actually understands. It's adding control points. It doesn't know where the art is. So that's why I have to like make sure that the points are in a relatively understandable kind of position here. I don't know if it's super important to get these, you know, 100% correct and everything, but it feels good to have it be relatively similar to the outline of what I'm doing here. So I'm moving all these control points so that I can, in a bit, show you what they do. Once I get all these points in. There we go. Okay, so now I got different control points. Now I can do certain stuff like this, and also break it to a sense too. But if I want to, I can make it, you know, bulge out or whatever. Let's see how much I can stretch it before, yeah, it breaks. So, yeah, it's not really looking at the actual information or the real position of the artwork. So that's why it's glitching out a little bit. It's stretching in and contorting it in different ways. But you can probably just play with it a little bit to get subtler motions. I've done this for like the hair and stuff, where I think off screen I have Dinky and I have a hair control point too that I can, without changing the artwork, I can have it be this weird gelatinous form now. So if I just kind of make this real subtle, I can like animate it, you know, up to here, then move this one over here, and then she can like fit in, kind of thing. So, or I can add more pictures and then hope that it works, kind of a thing too. But there you go. Okay, I think we're about on time. That I could probably just kind of just get everything going here, and then we'll be good. Okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, that kind of showed me that, yeah, I definitely need to get more stuff, even more stuff than I thought needs to be done pre-stream, in between streams, so, yeah. I got Dinky in, but she needed to still have some stuff in the background needs to be figured out. Stocking was going to be a big issue anyway, so I'm glad that we figured out the designs of it. That was good. Derpy also has jelly hair, so obviously you're not supposed to move it so far that it breaks. With animating, it'll just be like, if you could even see that, is how much I would probably move it. I'd probably do another one on a hat, because once I move the hair, this corner doesn't match up. Let's just do that real quick then. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. Okay. Would like to not see the other hair. There we go. And I can't see which one. This is, and if you mess up, if you miss it by a hair, then you'll add a new point that you don't want. So that's pretty epic. That's so annoying. Let's see, so I'm just gonna get these control points to be around, I've heard like a third is good. Of the distance between this point, excuse me, and this point needs to be about a third. And usually they're backwards, so that's fun too. If you miss, then it adds a new point, so don't miss. Let's see. It's almost like bones. I don't know how to really describe this. This is, yeah. It's either a very Toon Boom specific thing, or they made it to be very unique inside Toon Boom. So now I got these control points that if I do the hair as an example, and then move it down, and if I need this hat to be downward, instead of redrawing it, I can then kind of move it, adjust the points, you know, to be more curvy or whatever, and choose probably the white one that I can't see. It's probably one of these, but I can't see which one it is. And then I can move this in a different way too. I'm trying to get this point. There we go. It is very glitchy, so that's unfortunate. So you can probably only move it certain amounts before it breaks. So that's cool. Let's see. I think there's a way to just reset it. Bop. Yeah. There's this button up here. There's either like a keyboard shortcut that can do it, or just click a button. There we go. Alrighty. Well, that was, if anything, I hope it was enlightening in how either complex or fun this is, so depending on who you are. Let's see. Oh, good question. Can I do the artwork in a different vector program, then import into Toon Boom, or just has to be created in Toon Boom? For vector work, actually, you can import Flash assets. I've done it, and it's pretty cool. I think you can either just import images. Yeah, there's even, you can't see it, but it reads SWF Illustrator files from library. So looks like you can import Adobe stuff that way. But I've heard that most background artists use bitmap style drawings programs, like Photoshop is bitmap. So that's what most people would probably import images. But most of the time people would just draw in draw the assets in Toon Boom, because then it's, you don't have to worry about corruptions of different drawings being weird. So that's why backgrounds are pretty safe, because they're already pretty, you can have the resolution be pretty large, maybe sometimes like twice as large as your canvas, and then you don't have to worry about pixels, and you can zoom in a little bit too. So thank you for that. I'll go to source time, and if there's any more questions regarding stuff like that, I can answer that. I'll probably just play the animation over and over. I'll loop it. We can see how far we got. It's not very far, but now we got a bunch of different things in color, so that's happy. Let's see. Yeah, so I'd recommend just draw it in Toon Boom. I definitely have a big learning curve from going from Flash. That Flash drawing is technically, with the keyboards and tools, are a little bit different, but they are essentially the same sort of tool, so it doesn't get too crazy. Let's see. Thank you. Should Derpy Elf have pointing ears? That's a good question. That'd be easy to fix, I think. After doing that, I change it. You're fine. Well, thank you. Okay. No problem there. Do I use MLP fan back art set material from David Art? I don't want to, toot my own horn or anything, but I try to make everything original. At least, to the point of, well, I'm just, in a sense, taking the background art from another series, so wholly original stuff is, that's already out, so but yeah, the actual artwork that I make is, I'll make this background does not exist in Pony Life, but I'll make it I'll draw it in the style of pony art, pony life style. So for that, yeah, I'll make it on my own. But I will say in history I have kind of used some, not really actually using background art from people. I usually try to make it, recreate it, or I might just like, years ago I would have just traced over everything, but I would have made it in different layers. So if it's like a pony G4, um, if I had a can't talk. Let me just drink for a bit. I need to just stop. That is as bad. I just need to actually clear my thoughts. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, mine. Someone's at the door, so it just got really buckled up there. If there's a background that I want to use, years ago I would have just traced over it, but I would have made it in different layers. So a tree would actually be a separate object, and then I could reuse that tree over and over and over in different projects. So whenever I needed a tree, I could just reuse that tree rather than relying on, like a either low quality or one layered background. You know what I mean? So I did stuff like that. And nowadays I definitely just make everything on my own. Even if it's just referencing from something, I'll still recreate it. I feel like that's more fun anyway. And I get to see like how the pro artist would draw it in a sense too. You could try to get into their mindset and figure like, oh well, why did they make this a swirly, how does this swirly, deal with the rest of the artwork? Is it to, what does it mean? Kind of a sense. But yeah, obviously, I feel like I've learned my lesson that tracing is bad, so don't do tracing, kids. Let's see. Yeah, it is super satisfying to make it on your own. Let's see. Exactly, I can make my own personal asset library and just if I make it yourself, then it feels really good. So then you can create different scenarios and even like recolor things. Like I could take this Derpy here, and then obviously I made her an elf and use it in a different scenario by adding a different hat, and I can change her colors and be a completely different character. So if this was a flat, then it'd be a little bit trickier to especially animate it. And if it's a flat, you won't be able to do more crazy stuff with it. So let's see. Where's that? So exactly. It's just hard because when you want to make something look good and it's like, yeah, you just feel like, well, why don't I just, you always have the guilt of like back of your head like, well, why don't you just just take it. Take someone else's art, which is always the easy way out, but it's the wrong way out. Yeah, just want to put that out there. Yeah. So I hope to, for this background, kind of just color it in, and add all the special details like the fireplace, here. The fireplace will be an animated object, so it'll be a different layer. I could probably have like several different objects going on there, like glows, outer glows, maybe a blur. Maybe I don't expect the fire to be more than, say, like maybe like 8 keyframes, and then it'll be on a loop. So as well as the hill way over there, will probably be a background object behind. Like the window will be have a hole in it, and then the outside will be a different object, and then the snow will be a different object, and I'll animate that falling. So not sure how much of that I'll have on stream, but I'll probably explain if I got it, then I'll explain what I did. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, and for the animation that we did today, which isn't going, there you go, which is just it's that. I'll add more to it, but basically just a very simple get going kind of animation. Like, that's not going to be the final animation, never lifting her head. I'll probably also have to have her whole body kind of move a little bit too, maybe add some secondary motion of her hair, so it gets way more complicated. So each second is a lot of work. That's why it takes so long. Let's see. I think it's not looping. That's probably the reason. Hang on. Boop. There you go. Okay. Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah. We're going to do that 4K re-release where they're touching up the special effects to look more modern, but not super making it look like it came out of, you know, like it doesn't really change what it looks like, but it still looks sort of the same, but we're not doing it, redoing it, but we're just making it look like it could have been made this year, kind of a thing. So yeah. Whatever's going on with that. I watched a whole trilogy. I would watch the Hobbit series of movies. So I think I watched like maybe like 10 minutes of it, like on TV, and still like, man, this isn't good. So I don't know. I don't think it might have been just some of the frame rate, but also just the frame rate also really just showing how 3D it was, that the basic stuff were just made in 3D. That's just like it really showed it off. That's like, yeah, this isn't not as real, and you know, like original series was. It had 3D, but it didn't seem like every other shot or every shot needed to be on a green screen with the entire set being 3D. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm excited to watch it again, just because it might be with more pixels now. You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll remaster it, but I don't think it's worthy of, you know, a rewatch just because of that. I don't know. That's what I heard, is that they got the director, whatever his name is, and then he's overseeing it. So whatever that means with his new mindset of, if he's gonna do it George Lucas in its sense, but probably hopefully not as drastic, because he still wants to be reserved and not have it be, you know, you already had like 10,000 orcs in the same, like what can you possibly add to this, you know? Yeah, I think there's more. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Let's see. Maybe just check. Okay. Good. Just check my notifications if there was anything. I'm good. Yeah, I've been doing good. This past week, I've been working on Midnight Mares a lot. So that's been taking a lot of my time. More than trying to work on the movie. Whoa, segue into that. The movie's coming well. Part 4. I forgot where we are. I think 4 is the one I'm working on. Yeah, I just finished 3. Yeah, so 4 is, I guess I kind of alluded to it as it's City Part 2. So because they finished the cafe part, so now they're gonna escape from the city, sort of a deal. So that's why I'm really excited to work on this. So I'm almost done with getting the storyboards done. I have like maybe like 5 or so shots that I need to storyboard. Right now they're just thumbnails, because I was storyboarding it as I usually do, like full screen, and then it got really late at night, but I still had the idea that what I wanted to do for the last shots, that I just had to quickly just drew even more chicken scratch versions of what I wanted as little thumbnails. So hope to finish that up so that I can actually get focused on production, or at least to do another round of storyboard to make sure that some of the shots are, yeah, there will be 3D pretty much. I think there's like maybe like one shot that potentially could be 2D as a set piece, but then most of it, well, actually there'd be a couple, there's a couple of splash screens that kind of happen where it's like an anime where they're just not like a blank void, but it's just like a blank void that just happens to be like a gradient or a color, like a like a pinwheel shape, like different spokes coming out, kind of a design, and then that's the background. So yeah. So I'll have those, and those will probably be 2D backgrounds. So I don't think splash screens need to be made in Blender. So I'll probably go back and forth a couple times between those. Let's see. How'd you guess? Rolling around at the speed of sound. Yeah, that's basically what actually happens as a spoiler. Yeah. But it's like, where'd I come up with that idea? I did a bunch of different research into just looking at different mythological creatures that looked into the stuff that are in Pony, and then figuring out like different things of creatures that haven't been in Pony yet. Try to create something that is feasible and you know, that still like feels original. I know there's a bunch of different art pictures of half pony snakes, but they're usually like big cobras, so are really long. So I made them like a smaller garden snake style short one. Yeah, and I also explained that I wanted it to be a contrast between the good guys of the mongooses versus the snakes. So I knew about, this is weird, the only way I knew about the mongoose versus snake thing was through a Pokemon episode. This was actually like one gag where Viper wraps around a literal mongoose, and it's like a, it's not like Zangoose. I think it was made that episode came out before Zangoose, so they just had like a brown, real mongoose, and then like, that's the Viper. Ekans. Yeah, Ekans was like wrapping around mongoose for one shot. So that's the only way I knew, like, oh yeah, that's weird. And then Zangoose and then Viper were the Pokédex like mortal enemies. And if you keep looking that up, it's like, oh, this is sort of a real thing. So so then I was like, hey, let me see if I can have snakes versus mongooses, and then tie it back up into the weird creature hybrid thing. And then it's like, hey, look, snake ponies or snake humans was a quote real myth thing. So it's like, yeah, I just put it all together, and then there we go. Hope that's satisfying. Yeah, so that's why I came up with that. I'm pretty happy with it because it's actually more challenging in a sense to animate it, because I still have to figure out, like, trying to animate shapes of snakes. The snakes walking is really tricky. Just trying to do them, trying to figure out the form and draw it in 2D while trying to be simplistic. It just got really complex. So I would spend days trying to figure out, like, trying to make motion cycles for them, and they're okay, but I think each episode I try to make it a little bit smoother, or at least more realistic in a sense. So try to add more views or different angles of them. But yeah, because Because I don't think... Yeah. So, we'll see where they go. Yeah. I keep rewriting things. I feel like I want to rewrite the ending. Because obviously it's not, you know, set in stone too much, but as I keep getting feedback and people have different ideas about prediction stuff, it's like, well, you got it, so let me just change the ending so you're wrong, kind of a thing, because I could do that. It's totally unfair. But yeah, I'm deciding whether I'm going back and forth, you know, every other month to decide, like, should I change it up. I'm getting to a point where we're nearing the end, almost. We're getting to almost the point of the end of Act 2, so yeah, that's why I'm like, I need to start thinking about Act 3 in a sense, and then if I can nail the ending and figure that out, and then I can work backwards from a sense of that, so it'll be fun. Because right now it's not a super twist ending. It's pretty much what I would say like a typical kind of story. And I base it all on the hero's journey, which leads back to Lord of the Rings, where Frodo is like, oh, I don't want to do it, but then it's like, you're getting thrust upon doing the ring, and then whoops, now we're gonna do all these trials, and it's like, oh, I don't want to do it, and it's like, yeah, you gotta do it, and then they do it, and then it's like, whoops, now we're back home, and then that's the hero journey. So that's what I'm doing with Derpy, is that she just kind of does it and then she wins, so it's like, whoops, spoilers of that. So obviously won't change that part, but there's other fun things that I can mix into that'd be interesting. So maybe I might change it so that she loses, you know. There's options that I can add, you know, into it to interweave, and that I feel like the original script could have more surprises or something into it. But yeah, I'll see where I go with that, but I don't think I'll be able to do it. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't have relatively too much time to really think about it. That's I have to pre-plan and figure things out. Especially if I need to like backwards it out, then that'll be really tricky. Yeah. Okay, bye Cookie. Thank you. What's that? New subscriber. New subscribers this year on the spot. Thank you. Even if fans gets the ending, never make changes that make the ending suck, but just to make the ending different to expectations. That's fair. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to figure it out. Because I feel like just personally, like if I've built this up for like, you know, almost 5 years or so to this point, that's like, yeah, I know that the ending is lackluster in a sense, that it's not super payoffy, that at least to me, I feel like I want to expand it in a sense, to make it more interesting or more worthwhile. Because I'm having you guys, you know, wait for it's been a whole year waiting for this, and it's like I'm only like 3 minutes in. The original storyboard in Animatic was only about 10 minutes in length. Already with chapter 3, it's about 4 minutes in. I think the original storyboard was like 3 minutes, so probably added like already like a whole minute of extra content, or made each shot, you know, 2 frames longer. But if I do that for 50 shots, then it adds up to like several seconds. So anyway, yeah, my original animatic length was about 10 minutes, so it's probably going to be closer to 15, especially if I change the ending. I'll see where that goes, just in terms of how much content I want. But yeah, I see what you mean now. Actually, I made that up. No one actually figured out the ending of it. It was actually hypothetical. I'm sorry, I didn't. made that more clear. Sorry. Sorry. Well, someone actually did, and I blew it off and said, like, I erased that as a memory to say, like, oh yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, right now it's like, whoops, something simple happens, and then the other thing that you can predict happens. So, yeah. But I guess what happens as the journey, will have more twists and turns. So, that I don't know. I'm just in a weird spot where it's like, yeah, I have the time and resources, I guess, right now to figure it out. That I don't know if it's super worthy or whatever to actually try and do it. You know what I mean? Like, I never asked, why I should do it, or if I should do it. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. But as I keep moving, yeah, in between chapters, I have the time to like think about it and go, okay, what's the next chapter, and oh yeah, what's the next chapter, and then make sure that all that kind of fits together before, if I just had, if I was in a train part and then said, maybe I should change the destination where to go, in an airplane, and it's like, whoops, that means I would fly over the city. So stuff like that, where it's like, oh, I could be really cool and be, divert the expectations, but then all this work that I might be thinking and pre-planning, then that the city wouldn't happen, and then stuff like that. So I have to be really careful of what, how much I change, because I keep going back and forth between, yeah, I have certain different ideas, for the ending, but I feel like how a certain plot thing will affect more things, so I have to be careful in trying to play it safe to a sense that I know that this plot thing can, because it's not super explained, that I have to be careful whether continuity wise it can still work without knowing or not if there is a twist or not to the thing. So I'm trying not to say it, so it's really hard to explain it. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to go against too, is I'm going up against something like that where I have to be careful to make sure that continuity can still work regardless if I go down one path later on. So it gets really more complicated. So yeah, there's so many rabbit holes that I can like dive into, to just certain things. So yeah, so I feel like at least chapter 4 is the fun one, that it's safe enough that it doesn't really matter in the larger scheme of things, but there is like some plot thing again that's like shows up that it's like, if I do this then that happens, but if I don't do this then this happens. It's like choose your own adventure, but I have to write down the actual story of it and just like pick one. So I need to plan it out. Thankfully I hope that I covered everything, and made the certain plot things that I keep going back and forth on, and try to make sure that they're nebulous, that no matter which way I do different things, then what if I want this way to happen or this way to happen? I still made the actual cartoon that I have, the chapters 1, 2, and 3 can happen either way. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. But at the same time, if it's a no, then everything's okay. But if it's a yes, then it's like I didn't explain it to be a yes. I expected it to be a no. So, or at least I planned it to be a no, but now I'm on the fence of whether I want it to be a yes. And if the yes, then certain things would be better to be explained to lead up to it being yes. So, but for right now, I'm keeping it as a no just to save it myself, because I don't know which way I want to do it. So, yeah, it got really complicated, and there's no specifics, so you can't exactly figure it out. as well as I can't figure it out either. So I'll just focus on chapter 4. I'll just have fun with that. I'm excited for it. I'll get the storyboards that I roughed out a little bit more drawn out better than my weird thumbnails that I made. So I'll get that going, and then probably by the end of the week I'll have a good enough plan for chapter 4, and then I can go into production hopefully next week. That'd be the plan. But if Midnight Bears is also really busy and it won't me, then I'll have to work on that. So that's the plan for everything. Let's see. Any other final questions? Because no, that left up a lot of questions, so I'm sorry about that. Oops. So otherwise, I think we can end this stream. Hope this was fun. Bleh. We got Tinky in. We added her going whoop and then up, and then we added the stocking. So I'm happy about that we got stuff done. And probably for next time we'll keep going and probably get her into the sack. That'd be a pretty good place. And then get Dinky and then put it back and then fall over. So I think we'll have at least if I wanted to finish it for Christmas. What does that mean? We have, so this was 1 and then 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 more streams. So that's why I need to be really picky of what I choose to do on them. Because I'll have to do a lot of off-stream stuff for this. As I said, the backgrounds and maybe some cleanup stuff. Probably need to make the magic aura off stream too. I don't know, because I feel like I feel like that would take a while as well. And it'd probably just be really boring of just frame by frame animation anyway, where I draw the little magic shape that Dinky his horn will do. And then I'll have to make 2 versions where it's or maybe even 3, where it's the horn version as a shape, and then the levitation version of around Derpy as a different shape, and then one around the socket. So I'll have to make 3 different versions to be good with that, because they actually have to be different shapes, because of the way that they drew in Pony Life, it has the same outlines or offset. I'm glad I figured out a way to say that more professionally. Excuse me. The outlines are offset than the colors, so I have to really make sure that the shapes are right. Because I don't think, I'll have to see, but I can either just transform the magic shape one, that's kind of like a triangle shape. I could probably go around Derpy's hat pretty good. That might actually work, and then might have to make another one with that square shape for the stocking, because the stocking's more square. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I think that'll be it. Well, this was just fun. I'll wrap up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Hope these are fun, and you get to chat with me. Thank you. I get to chat with you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Oh boy. Yeah, have a good night to you guys too. Hope you have a good night. Later days. Yep, on Thursday. Kind of point. Yeah. Streams Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. PST and 7 p.m. EST. If you're watching this on VOD or something. So yeah, if you want to listen to Japanese cat singing, as in the Cats the musical, I still get all my playlists, on my saved playlists on my channel, next to Hamilton. Just having fun with those. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Okay, big hug. Thank you for visiting. Hope you have a good day and night. I'm gonna have dinner, and maybe on tomorrow I'll work really hard on the storyboard to make sure that's all good. So thank you. Yeah. Whoop, my arm. Sorry about that. Okay. Bye, chicken. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Goodbye.